Let me tell you, if you're a beginner runner and you have shin splints, your feet are wide, you have flat feet, especially, do not run with cross-draining shoes. Those are terrible for you. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Latifa, and I am a 7-year CrossFit enthusiast that's fallen off from fitness, but I'm working my way towards a balanced and fit lifestyle in my late 20s. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing my new running shoes, so stay tuned. Let's start off with my journey as a beginner runner. I've always considered myself a beginner runner. I'm still a beginner runner. Most of my runs are actually jogs, especially during my CrossFit workout. My first real attempt at running a longer distance was actually in 2020. This was when the gyms closed down and I was looking for, an alternative to staying fit, and I picked up running. Since then, I've been on and off with running, with my average mile time being, I want to say it's about 13 to 15 minutes right now, but my goal is to get it to within 10 to 12 minutes. And I think that's possible. I don't think that's a far-fetched, goal to have. I know I can get there if I'm really consistent with going to my CrossFit workouts. I think combining the strength training and my endurance, if I really kick in at least 3 to 4 times a week, I'm pretty sure I can get to like an 11-minute mile by the end of this year. We'll see if that's possible, but I'm thinking that's going to be possible, but that's my goal. Anyways, back to finding the right running shoes. These are what I currently have. I have them here. These are my current running shoes. These are the Asics Gel Cayano 26. So pretty old. My tried and true ones. I love these ones down. So in 2020, when I started to pick up running, I Googled what are the best shoes for someone with flat feet and shin splints. And I don't remember the list of shoes that were in the list, but these bad boys came up. So I bought them. I didn't really have any experience with it. I read 1 or 2 articles and that was enough for me. And this is one of the best decisions I made because it really got me into loving running. Before then, I would use my Nike Metcons to run and I absolutely hated it. Let me tell you, if you're a beginner runner and you have shin splints, your feet are wide, you have flat feet, especially, do not run with cross-draining shoes. Those are terrible for you. That's what I was doing for God knows how many years, and I absolutely hated it when we had to run during my workouts. And I found these and I finally understood why. Honestly, even why running is pretty popular, because I never got it until I got these shoes. I put them on. They felt amazing. And that was the first time that I actually ran 20 minutes continuously without stopping. I don't remember what my time was. I think it was like 1.5 miles or maybe like close to 2 miles. But I just remember feeling so amazing after my run and being very surprised that my shins weren't hurting. I didn't think that'd be possible until I had these. So yeah, love these ones down. They've held me down for the past 4 years, but it's time. I don't know if you can tell from this camera angle, but it's time for me to let these go. I don't think I'll stop wearing them completely. Maybe when I go on hikes, because I don't mind if they get dirty, but I'm restarting my quote-unquote running journey and my shin splints are actually starting to flare up, so it's time to get new ones. But these are my tried and true, and honestly, I do recommend Asics as beginner running shoes or beginner runner shoes, because they're amazing. I just touched on it, but there are a couple of reasons why I even wanted to get new running shoes. The first being, like I said, my shin splints were flaring up again. Maybe it could have been because of my form when running, but I could tell the shoes are worn down and I needed a new one. So first reason, I just wore them out. The second reason is Asics recommends replacing your running shoes after within like 300 to 500 miles, and I've had them for over 4 years now. I think I'm well past that. So it was now time to really replace them. And the third thing is, I mentioned it also earlier, I just Googled what are the best running shoes for beginners and went with that. I wanted to make sure that the next running shoes I got were a professional's opinion, and so that leads me to where I got these shoes from. So I went to Fleet Feet. That's a shoe store. There are a few stores that sell running shoes, and they also have the stores that scan your feet to, measure which shoes would be the right ones for you. And so the one in my area was Fleet Feet. feet, went in there. As soon as I walked in, I had an associate come up to me and ask, what I was looking for. I mentioned that I was a beginner runner and that I was looking for new running shoes, but I wanted to get my feet scanned. I do apologize. I should have taken a picture actually of the results, but I forgot. But what I remember from that conversation we had was that, well, one, I was validated in thinking my feet were flat because the results showed me that my feet were flat. They were slightly wide, but what was new was my feet aren't the same size. My right foot is a size 9 and my left foot's at 8.4. So we decided to try on 3 shoes that were size 9 and had a wide fit. We tried on the latest Asics gel Cayanos. I think they're now at a 31 or 32. I don't know. Either way, tried them on, fit like a glove. I'm not new to this, I already love Asics down and they felt good. Honestly, I would have left with the Asics, but I thought let me at least explore other options and see if I like them better. The second shoes I tried on were Hoka's. If I'm looking down, I have my iPad here to search up the shoes. Hoka's I tried were the Bondi 8. I'll probably put a photo up on the screen for you to see what it looks like. These were really comfortable as well, but I didn't like the look of them, and I'm someone who chooses functionality over aesthetics, but I looked down and I think maybe because we got a wider size, like the 9 wide, it looked like clown shoes to me. I'm sorry. Where the foot area was looked very round. I just didn't like the look of it when I looked down, but I could live with the look of clown shoes if I liked how it fit, and I did because, it was a comfortable shoe. However, it was heavier than the gel Cayanos, and I don't know, I feel as a beginner runner, after, running for some time and you get fatigued, at least for me, it's harder to pick up my feet, and I didn't want to feel like my shoes would be weighing me down, and so it was a no for the Hoka's. I know they're very popular, and who knows, maybe in a couple of years I'll find Hoka shoes that, agree with my running style and my feet, but right now it's a no. The third shoe I tried were the Sauconys. And maybe because I'm new to this running world, but I didn't know Sauconys were really popular. I did not even know a Saucony existed. And I mentioned that to the associate and she said, oh, really? You've never heard of Saucony? They are pretty popular. And I'm like, I guess I don't know. But anyway, I loved these shoes. These were so comfortable. I didn't think running shoes could be so light. I loved the way they felt. I felt like I was walking on a cloud. I was walking on pillows, and I'm talking about them. Let me show you them. I have them right here. So I guess, of course, these are the shoes that I went with. It was between these and the Asics, and I decided to go forward with these Sauconys because, one, I've never had them before, and I'm not getting rid of my Asics, and I also have 60 days to try these out, and if I don't like them, I can return them to the store, so I thought I'd give it a shot. We didn't have that many options of this style, so these are the Saucony Guide 17s. There weren't that many color options in the store. This was what they had left, and I don't know, for running shoes, I don't really care about how they look, really. I know I say that, but to be honest, I look for comfort and how they function, and so I was fine with these. I got these in a 9 wide, and so when I tried them on, they were a bit roomy in the toe area, and I was contemplating sizing down to an 8.5 since, at least compared to the Asics, because that's the only running shoe I know, there was a lot more space than I was used to, and so I have about 60 days to try them on. If I don't like them, I'll return them. I'm actually testing them tomorrow morning, so tomorrow morning I'm running 200-meter intervals, similar to what I did last week. If you're curious about what I did last week, it's the video before this one on my channel, but tomorrow I'm running 200-meter intervals on an outdoor track. I'm going to test these shoes then. I'm actually going to include how I feel about these shoes in the next clip, so stay tuned for that. Hello, I'm in my car, obviously. I don't think I actually have that much time because the way I have my phone positioned right now is very unstable. I just wanted to record the debrief from my run with my new Sauconys. They were amazing. They were good. So it's actually 2 days later. I was supposed to go interval running on the track, but I guess it was like a maintenance day. I couldn't run on the track, so I decided to just, instead of interval running, I decided to just run a mile on a trail. And that mile was harder than I anticipated. I'm not going to lie. The last time I ran a mile was about 4 weeks ago, and I was struggling. Like, the first quarter was okay, but my ankles started to hurt a little bit, maybe because of my form. Maybe I was pushing too hard. And the reason why I know I was pushing too hard is because when I finished the run, my legs were burning. My legs were on fire. But today, as you can see, I'm dressed in athletic wear. I just came from a 20-minute recovery run, a guided run on the Nike Run Club app, and I feel amazing. I think because I'm a beginner runner, I'm going to continue using the guided run plan because it's amazing. I obviously, I know that not every run is supposed to be grueling, but I get why it's called a recovery run. I felt so amazing. During the run, I could breathe calmly. I could actually have a conversation during the run because I was running at a very, very slow pace. I felt really good in the beginning of the run, during the run, after the run, right now. This was a good run. My body wasn't hurting when I finished. I am on a high right now. Yesterday with the mile run where my body was just aching after, I wasn't sure if it was me or the shoes. And so I decided to run again today just to make sure that, it's actually not the shoes and it could be me. I don't know. I just wanted to get another feel of them, and I'm keeping these shoes. They were amazing during this run. I didn't see any problem with them. I felt very light on my feet. My feet weren't hurting one bit. So yeah, we'll run again next week. Actually, throughout the week, because I'm on a guided run plan now with the Nike Run Club app. And I have another 22-minute recovery run coming up in about 2 days. So I'll use these shoes again and see how I feel. But I highly, highly, highly recommend the Saucony Guide 17 as a shoe for beginner runners, especially if you have shin splints or your feet are flat. These are very, very good for that. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.